Brothers, welcome back to Territorial.io. It's Territorial University, where I teach you how to win on a certain map. Today we're going to be working on the desert maps. So the desert maps in general are less populated from the start, so they make for more interesting end games. Please do not spawn right there. You know what? We'll challenge them. So typically you want to spread out and find a good spot and not do what I'm doing right here. But I'm going to go off the basis that if this guy's going to be so close to me, he maybe not be the best, which is the case here. Generally when someone attacks a bot from the start, they are not in the best position. So the big thing to keep in mind when you're playing in the desert and there's going to be less players is that there's a little counterintuitive thing where you don't necessarily want the crown right away. The crown in these maps, generally you're touching everybody and everyone, that makes you a target instantly. So you want to have to count the crown in the late game. Now this is also an important lesson right here. When someone attacks you right away, the best thing to do is just ignore them. If you get caught up in a grudge match with them, they are going to take you down with them, as they will. Where if you just ignore them for a few minutes, you can get away with a lot of land, wait for him to get super weak, and then go into him. He's going to eventually overcommit if he's already attacked you like this, and then we just go into him real quick. So he's learned his lesson. There we go. He's going to continue attacking because he's got nowhere else to go, and he's immediately eliminated. And this spot of ours, which we were concerned about not being so good, is now great again. So we have that going for us, which is fantastic. So pushing out is kind of the goal here. What we want to do is kind of treat this like a ranked match where we want to capture as many of these bots behind us as possible. So you will notice there is a little island here, but I'm going to kind of ignore that for the time being. I just want to push out as much as possible. It will take someone some time to get over there. There's a weaker player there. So my focus is on these giant bots who only have like 1,000 deployed. That's kind of the sweet spot of who to attack. And going down will rectify that. Now that was a good time to attack that bot, but we want to get over to this guy as soon as possible and go up too. So we'll be on the lookout for some weak bots. I think the biggest thing you can do wrong in this stage is overcommit troops into large battles. Now, with this, we're going to want to push over here as soon as possible. We are experiencing one of our famous lag spikes, but hey, it makes us a better player, so this is a good time to get these guys. And we'll push down into this. Like this 21,000 bot, there's no reason to attack him, especially when he's going to be down to 1,000 right afterwards. So let's push up into this, and now we are looking very strong. This player is super weak up here. Let's go ahead and truce up. Even with weaker players and people who are not immediately touching, it's always a good idea to truce with everyone around you. Now, when you're looking at this map, you also want to keep in mind, how can I limit the amount of neighbors I'm touching? So right now I'm touching 3 neighbors. This is great. And then I want to look at who is in second place. It is this guy. We have a big troop advantage on him, and he's continuously expanding. So now is a good time to take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and just continuously work down this guy and hit on the half mark. I did do one extra attack there in the beginning because he was building up troops at a good rate. So I just want to continue to take him down. Now, if I can effectively take this guy down, I will essentially win the game. Now, Sanctrum over here is getting attacked, which is really good for us. We can potentially jump in at the last minute, but we are continuously building up troops and taking down this guy. So he's actually a buffer for us from this purple player, who I do not want to touch for the time being. So we will continue doing our work over here and just ignoring him. So we are also getting attacked. Oh, you full sent me? Are you kidding me? I didn't even touch you. Okay. Well, now is the opportune time to be concerned about this purple player right here. So it is in our best interest to continue working down this guy and gaining as much land as possible from him, and then saving up, because we are definitely going to get attacked from multiple angles. Now, this guy has immediately betrayed us, which is fine. So we will actually take a break from attacking this guy. We've established a pretty dominant lead so far, and he's going to come in and do the work for us. So we'll be patient on that and just continue to build up. He's already at 10 million, so we want to be higher than that. So we'll just take the time to do so. No rush on our end. Let's try and truce with this guy, see if he's interested in being our friend. He will probably not accept that. He does. Okay, so he's now seeing that we are building up, getting ready for a counterattack. So we will just kind of sit on this and wait for purple to make a move, but we want to be stronger than him before we do anything. So we will, oh, there he goes. He's going right into it because he has a big troop advantage. He knows it. So we will let him use all of his troops knocking down this guy, giving us the opportunity to build up and kind of go from here. So We'll wait for his troops to get below 1,000,000. We are now at our full potential, so we will just kind of wait on this and go now. Let's grab the land and reload it if necessary. We want to make sure that we have a great troop advantage size here. And see if this guy's interested in a truce. This is going to be a tough spot diplomatically. But we will just continue to build up until we have... Oh, he left. Wonderful. So my plan was, if he didn't leave, was to make sure that he is my friend and kind of wait on it, letting him know that if he attacks me, I will full send him. Just kind of giving that empty threat, but it was lucky for us, he left in the end. So playing it slow, not attacking him back, asking for the truce again, even though he had just attacked us, is kind of the way to play that in those situations. So he leaves without full sending us, which is great. So we secure the victories. That's victory 1, and we'll go on to the next one. Alrighty, so we are on our second desert map. There is 10 players in this one as well. So again, another low stakes map. So let's go right here. I generally like to wait for people to kind of make their initial moves, and then I'll pick the good spot. So now you may be thinking down here is a really good spot. What I like up here is there's just a lot more room for expansion. So in these maps, when there's less players, do not be afraid of being around other bots. Yes, it will take you time to push through them, but ultimately the rewards you're gonna get is much better than being in a spot where you're gonna get encapsulated and then not have room to grow later in the game. So being smart with your troops will counter any kind of effect of having to take out a lot of bots. Generally, they'll take out themselves as well, so they won't all be against you. But we want to get off to a good start here, and so far we are doing that in spades. So we'll just continue to grow and then look for this one again and then reload that. And this should put us around... Ooh, this is actually a really good spot. This might give us a little bit more than 20,000. So 20,000 again is always the goal to have at the end of the bot phase. And we are going to be looking really good for that. So we're just a little bit more than that. So we'll wait for some weak bots to attack and then push out, trying to get over here as soon as possible. You can see there's a player up there already who's doing some work. So we'll be keep an eye out on him while pushing down to get this corner of the map secured and then go upwards. So this is a great opportunity. So is this and this. And we will just get this guy as well. And you. Perfect. So I don't really want to concern myself with pushing into these giant bots quite yet. I want to focus in on getting these bots where I want to go, which is up. I want to cut off this player as soon as possible from as much of this land as I can, and then I will focus. Actually, I'm going to push through this guy so I can get to this giant bot who's wasting a lot of troops. This is a good opportunity to get this guy. Continuously pushing up and out is kind of the goal from here. This is a good chance to get you, and then we'll go up to you. And we will wait on this. If necessary, I will push into this guy. Okay, I was worried about him, but we have fully encapsulated him as well, so we will continue to look outwards. And if we can boat, we have so much room down here too, so let's continue to push. Grab as much land as we can. We are in a good spot where we can be a little bit more aggressive with our troops, so let's go ahead and do that and push through this one and this one as well. So really expanding our growth here. Now we do want to keep a good eye on our troops because we will be touching a lot of players all at once. So let's go ahead and do this, and we will try and get into this spot as well. Looks like this one's going to be cut off, but that's okay. Pushing into this last spot over here definitely was a mistake. It opened up our borders to just another player, so we will be patient and build up from here. But as you can see, we built ourselves a nice little nest egg. We have a giant lead, so let's go ahead and accept the truce. Try and truce with everyone around us. Push through this, send a tiny boat down here, and then let's see if we can potentially sneak through. I don't know if I really want to go over here. Let's go ahead and do it. We're not going to be touching another really strong player, so there's a lot of room to grow over here. A lot of expansion opportunities to be had, so if we can grab all of this land while touching 3 players, that'll actually be pretty good for us. So let's get this guy now. Push through the rest of Hee and this player as well. So now we have a giant advantage. Yes, we have only 3 players left. We just need to sit back and build up. They were all going to attack us, but their combined numbers is just a little bit on par with us. So if only one of them doesn't attack us, then we're golden. So we just need to save up and build. I think this is Greek, I'm not sure. This player right here has been sending a lot of hearts and truces, so these boys are both hearting up. I'm not sure what that means. Either they're hearting each other or they're hearting me. But let's go ahead and just build up into this. Now, in playing this guy right here is kind of the, I don't know, one of these two is the target. I'm going to try and leave this guy alone for as soon as possible. I have a little bit more, I have the most to gain from this guy down here. I'm the only one that has really good borders with him, which is kind of why I want to attack him. So let's go ahead and do that now. And if we can get him out of the game, then the game is officially ours. So he is pushing into the Greek player, and now we're being attacked by 6-4-6. But now at this point, the game is over. We've by attacking the person we had the best borders with, we really secured our victory here. So now we can push through either person. There's a full send, and it won't matter. So let's go ahead and grab this and then take him out as well, just for the clean borders victory. Sorry, bud, I probably should have saved you. That's on me. I was caught up in the moment of being a jerk. I was channeling my inner jerk to win this, and I probably should have saved you. But GG's to everyone involved. That's game number 2, and we'll go on to one more. Alrighty, last game of the day. You've seen 2 interesting examples of kind of how to play this. One where we bid our time and not took the crown. And the early one where we had such an advantage that the only logical thing for us to do was to push as much as possible and bank on the fact that we could make one person like us, which worked out well. So both games involve a matter of luck. That is kind of the nature of this game in and of itself, is that no matter how good you are, it all boils down to a small degree of luck. We will go ahead and accept whoever's giving us a truce right now. But you can always put yourself in a good position to get lucky by playing smart. Now, if we had shown any weakness, overexpanded, attacked bots that were too gigantic in that last game, we wouldn't have been in a position to take advantage of half the map being super weak and us being able to push in without really any resistance. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different. There are a lot more players over here, so let's go ahead and grab this. We're going to run out of room here a little bit sooner rather than the other games. We'll go one more time and see where we're at here. So we're a little bit weaker than what we want to be. That's okay. We'll go ahead and push through some weak bots. Now this one, there's not really a great opportunity for us to, ooh, that's a bad one to attack. Let's get you and you. And this is a good one. So for this one, it's just kind of a general expansion path. We want to get out as soon as possible, just like in the last game. Pushing out is kind of the play. So we will focus in on that while grabbing as many of these weak bots as we can. There is a player who's doing some pretty rapid expansion here in the beginning, so that's okay. We're not going to be too concerned about it. Let's just go ahead, and I think our best opportunity is to push up. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is a good time to get this bot. That's a big bot for us to get, so we can go over here and get this bot. And if we can cut off these 2 bots, let's go down here. And this one, and this one. Okay. So now let's push up into this. This is a nice little corridor of hidden opportunity, if you will. So let's grab all of this here. Now that does give us the crown, which we talked about is kind of a double-edged sword. But if we can piece up with our boys, we might make it out. Now this one is a little bit scarier. Actually, we don't have the crown anymore. This one is a little bit scarier because we do have 4 neighbors instead of the 3 we would prefer. And there's a lot of opportunity to gain over here. So let's just continue to build up. The crown is in the middle, which is always a bad place to be. It really opens yourself up for a lot of attacks. Now, Paris is stronger than us. We could go in on him right now, but honestly, I'm more concerned with this crown right here. So let's see what we can do. I want to peace with you. Why don't you peace with me? I want to peace with you. Why don't you peace with me? There we go. Okay, there's our boys. Coming back at them. So now that the crown is here, oh, there's 2 Indias, cheaters. Ah, disgusting. Alrighty. Well, they're out of there, but now that the crown is in the middle, we can signal to all of our, well, if we're gonna get on 986, oh, that's not good. Okay, now is the time to attack him. Let's try and get Paris involved in this. And try and hit him where it counts, because otherwise the game is gonna be lost. So let's just continue to push in on this guy. Try and get some other boys in on this. We need everyone's help here. Keep pushing. Help over here. Yes, okay, everyone's realized what's going on, so we've signaled to everyone. Now, I am concerned about cutting Paris off, but at the same time, this guy's so much stronger than us. Come on, Paris, get a little bit more ground so I can push again. There we go, that's good. Let's go ahead and push again. But just keep pushing this player down until he is nothing. This might give us the crown, and this is a dangerous community to have the crown in. Yeah, they're gonna push through that pretty easily. That's okay, that just gives Sweden a little bit more leverage to push in and doesn't make sure that Paris isn't gonna get cut off. But we need the boys to push. There's another big push from Sol. Thank you so much, sir. Paris, get in on this. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And now he is weaker than... Who has the crown? Paris has the crown, okay. So now let's be a little bit more cautious in this. Let's go ahead and push him one more time. And try and give him a truce. See if he's interested in a truce. He does accept the truce. I would love to push into these two right now. We'll see what Paris does. Paris is building up for something, and I think it's either going to be me or Sweden, so we'll be cautious on this. These two infighting is really good for me. One of them will eventually full send. I'm hoping it's 986. I have good borders with him. Nope, this is better. Let's grab all this land. And now I have the crown. And we'll go ahead and push through this player now as well. Just to grab the land and save as much as possible. Now we have made a permanent enemy out of this. Paris might still be our friend. Let's just go ahead and save up here. I'm gonna give you the thumbs up. And just kind of build the opportunity to attack. Now, in this match, as compared to our last matches, we do not have the privilege of attacking someone who is much weaker than us and gaining a lot of land. So this is actually going to be a big conundrum right here. Hopefully one of these guys takes the crown away from me. I think it might be this guy. Take the crown. Take the crown. Perfect, he's got the crown. Okay, so now this builds me and Paris's relationship puts us in a great spot. Where together we can still take out this guy. I'm going to give you a heart. And give you a thumbs up. If you attack, I'm probably going to attack, but I want to save Paris. Paris is going to be my key to victory, so let's just continue to save up at this full mark. And if he attacks Paris, what's Paris doing? What's happening? Why did he go down troops? Okay, so let's go in on this guy now. We'll slowly work him down, me and Paris. Paris has already proven to be a capable ally, which is why I wanted to save him. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. I'm going to tell you to charge. And now we are getting attacked, so Paris needs to do something. Oh, Paris. This is the fallacy right here. Paris is just going to sit back and wait. He's going to wait to do nothing. Oh, did he do an attack? He might have done an attack. That is good news for us. So let's just go ahead and save up to the maximum. And do another attack on this guy. Does put us in a weaker position, but I'm hoping that the troops we've gained will delay him long enough for us to regain the lead in terms of troop size. So this is going to be a very slow, methodical game. Let's just go ahead and try a sneaky peace. Didn't work. Okay. Well, we give him the option. We have the crown. If we peace now, we win. It is a little bit cheeky, but sometimes you got to play like that. So let's just continue to build up. Paris is not doing any attacks, which is very scary. Let's go ahead and hit this guy again. He's waiting for us to get full sense. No, he's attacking as well. That's good news. He's just waiting. He's just pairing his attacks with us, which is wonderful. So let's go again. Just keep slowly working them down and building up our troops again. Now with this one, I might take a very slow, methodical approach of getting to full before attacking. Hopefully Paris knows he's my boy. I'm not planning on betraying him. I would love for him to stick around as my compadre in the end game. But if this guy attacks me, Miley attacks me, Miley 2023. If he full sends me, the game is lost. Paris is going to be able to take us out pretty easily. So, but Paris seems to be a boy. We'll see how this plays out for us. Let's just continue to build up and do some slow attacks. We're slowly getting him down to size. If Paris can get bigger than him, this will be a pretty good coup for us. But I'm thinking Paris has picked his side. I could be wrong, but in this situation, this is really the only way to play it. You gotta stick with the horse that brought you there. Changing up on Miley would never forget that we attacked him and we stole the crown away from him and honestly stole the victory. So no matter what, he's gonna full send us. We just need to be strong enough to make it. So let's just go ahead and save up our troops again for the maximum amount. Paris, if you could do an attack, that'd be super swell of you. Oh, I think he just attacked him. That's wonderful. So let's continue to work in on this. Saving up for the maximum. and hoping we don't get full send. So when we were talking about the luck at the beginning of this game, this is kind of what it is. It really depends on if we're lucky enough to get this guy down enough to where if he full sends us, it doesn't hurt that much. So that's why I'm being very cautious with my troops, getting almost all the way down to full before I'm attacking. So he's constantly attacking me. That's actually not a problem. That's working out super well for us. That couldn't have worked better. So his constant attacks basically meant that when he full sent, it didn't mean anything. And now we have the crown and all the control. Harris has been a boy. I'm gonna give you a little kissy face. Part you, brother. And we'll go ahead and peace out of this one and call it a day. But boys, this has been a little Territorial University. Hope you learned a lot and learned how to win in the desert maps. If you did, I would super appreciate a like and comment and let me know what you learned. And I'll see you guys in the next one.